Hi, I'm Yunus. Welcome to episode 12 of the Product Man podcast. Last week, we talked about technical topics and made peace with developers. Today, we are taking off our lab coats and putting on a magician's cape because the topic is user psychology and gamification. Have you ever thought about it? Why do we aimlessly scroll on Instagram for hours? Why does that ding sound make us happy when we press a button? Or why do we love the IKEA table we built ourselves more than the ready-made one? The answer is not hidden in the code, but in the folds of our brain, dopamine. Today, I will tell you about the most illogical but most successful feature I made in my career. How a simple sound effect was more valuable than complex algorithms. How I bound users to the product by deliberately making it difficult for them. The IKEA Effect. And we will talk about Nir Eyal's famous hook model.
Ladies and gentlemen, your attention please. The podcast is about to begin. Please silence your notifications, close other applications, and direct your full attention to the stage. Presenting Product Man.
Let's break a big misconception first. We product managers think that users are rational, meaning if I build a very useful feature, the user will definitely use it. Unfortunately, my friend, humans are not rational. They are emotional. There was a project where I experienced this very clearly. We were building a to-do list app. We sat down with the software team and wrote the world's best sorting algorithm. It sorts the tasks by importance, brings the ones with approaching deadlines to the front, an engineering marvel. We went live. The result? Nobody cared. Usage rates were on the floor. Then I told the team, forget the algorithm, let's try this. When a task is completed and checked, let confetti explode on the screen and let a satisfying ding sound play. The developers laughed at me. Yunus, don't be ridiculous. What good will this do? They said. But we did it. And do you know what happened? Usage rates doubled. People started adding and completing nonsensical tasks just to hear that sound, just to see that confetti. Because that sound releases dopamine in the brain, it gives the feeling of you achieved it. The lesson is, it's not enough for the product to be just functional. The product needs to make you feel. Sometimes a ding sound is more valuable than 1,000 lines of code. Let's come to the second topic. How do we pull the user? Here, casino psychology comes into play. Why are slot machines so popular in casinos? Because you don't know what will come up when you pull the lever. This is called variable reward. If the machine gave $1 every time, no one would play. It would be boring. But sometimes it gives nothing, sometimes $10, sometimes $1,000. That uncertainty makes people addicted. We tried this in an e-commerce project. In the past, we were directly defining a 10% discount coupon for users. We were sending a notification, you have a 10% discount in your account. Interaction, it was very low, because there is no excitement. Then we turned this into a wheel of fortune. The notification is what will be your luck. Spin the wheel. People entered the app, spun the wheel. Most of them got 10% again. Some even got 5%. But the interaction exploded. Because people love that. I wonder what I will get. Excitement. Not the discount. Social media works like this too. Every time you refresh the Instagram, you are actually pulling a slot machine lever. I wonder who shared what. Did I get any likes? Don't let everything be predictable in your product. Hide small surprises in between. And finally, the IKEA effect. You struggle for hours to build that table you bought from IKEA. You sweat, screws are left over. But when it's finished, that table is the most valuable table in the world for you because you put effort into it. We usually try to do this in products. Let's not tire the user. Let them sign up with one click, enter immediately. Sometimes this is wrong. If the user puts no effort, it's also very easy for them to leave the product. We experienced this in a music app project. At first, we were throwing the user directly to the homepage. Here is music. The user looked, said, these are not my style, and left churn. Then we made the process harder. Yes, you heard right. We forced 5 steps during registration. Choose 3 artists you love, choose genres you love, choose your mood. We tired the user a bit, but the retention of users who completed those steps increased incredibly. Why? 1. Because the app becomes special to them. Personalization. 2. Because they invested the effort. They said, I choose so many artists, I shouldn't leave now. This is called the investment stage. Make the user do something for themselves. Have them fill out their profile. Make lists. The user who invests effort is a loyal user. Let's wrap up, my friend. A good product manager is not just an engineer, but also an amateur psychologist. 1. Play on emotions. Design not just a function, but that confetti effect, that feeling of satisfaction. 2. Surprise them. Be like a slot machine. Don't let the user see the same thing every time they enter. Use variable rewards. 3. Make them work. Don't be afraid to tire the user in the right place. Create the IKEA effect. Let them invest in the product. I'm Yunus. Thank you for diving into the human brain in the 12th episode of Product Man. Next week, we are moving to the other side of the table. We will talk about managing not just the product, but the team. Leadership, delegation, and working with difficult people. Take very good care of yourself. May you have plenty of dopamine. Goodbye.